Africa is a beautiful continent with lots of beautiful places to live. All countries and regions are unique. Africa has different climates and temperatures. In this video, we take a look at the best countries to live in or start a new life in Africa. The choices are made according to their love for culture, cost of living, job security, and all-around quality of life. If you are not in Africa and would love to return to your ancestral land, then this video is for you. Watch till the end and decide which African country is best for you. There have been so many misconceptions about Africa, the most popular of which paints Africa as a poor and underdeveloped village that can only rely on foreign aid. Others only knew the only exotic thing about Africa is its wild animals. However, they are not wrong when they say Africa is home to the best safaris and game reserves in the world. Africa has it all when it comes to nature and wildlife, with some that can only be found on the African continent. In recent years, people around the world have come to the realization that Africa is not just about safaris and game reserves. They now realize that Africa, with over 54 countries, is culturally, linguistically, and economically diverse. And this diversity means that there is a place for every kind of person to settle on the continent. One of the major factors that influence people, especially African diasporans, to move to Africa is the simplicity and affordable quality of life. Some of them even say the ocean helps them fall asleep and wakes them up in the morning. Where else can they live this close to the ocean? It would cost them millions of dollars, if not in Africa. Without taking too much of your time, we present to you the best African countries to settle or start a new life in, based on the presence of infrastructures and affordability. This list doesn't just apply to African Americans, but to Africans living in Africa as well. So, you might be in a different country in Africa and things aren't moving. You should consider one of these countries. If you're already enjoying this video, then just hit the like button before we start. Ghana. Ghana is an already popular option for African Americans and Africans. In 2019, Ghana officially became the first African country to welcome all Africans in diaspora back to the continent of Africa, as descendants of millions of Africans who were taken into slavery 400 years ago. This has seen a lot of African Americans either migrate permanently or visit frequently to invest in businesses around the country. Ghana is known as the golden child of West Africa for its gold and stable economy. Ghanaians are vastly educated, peaceful, and hospitable people. African Americans and other people who have moved to Ghana have testified that the quality of living is one of the best they have encountered. They described it as peaceful, friendly, and affordable. Job security in Ghana is one of the best on the continent. Ghana is a hotspot for businesses to thrive. People moving from abroad will find it easy to start up businesses due to the low level of bureaucracy involved. Universities in Ghana are some of the best in Africa, attracting students from all around the world and also providing job opportunities for researchers and other academic-minded workers. Ghana's cultural atmosphere also plays a huge influence in attracting people to this beautiful country. The cultural atmosphere in Ghana is diverse, with over 70 ethnic groups shared among the 31 million people living in the country. Twi, Ga, and Hausa are among the most widely spoken languages in the country. Therefore, it is advisable to learn these languages to help you get acquainted with the people, cultures, and lifestyles of the country. The cost of living is also a determining factor that makes people move to a particular country. The cost of living in Ghana is relatively higher when compared to other African countries, especially in the area of rent. Utilities like Wi-Fi are also expensive as they are not included in your rent. A single person may be looking to spend $500 monthly, including rent for a one-bedroom apartment. A family of four may spend around $2,000 to $2,200, rent included for a three-bedroom apartment. Rent in Accra is high and low depending on your location and preferences. Kenya. Forget all you knew about Kenya being solely a wildlife republic or safari destination. There is so much more to this country that thrives in technology, commerce, and tourism. The capital city, Nairobi, is up there with the most urban and technologically developed cities in Africa. Mombasa is also another progressive city with numerous infrastructures in place for you and your family. The quality of life in Kenya is quite amazing. Kenya is filled with tons of activities and sights to see to keep you happy and free from boredom. The safari capital of Africa has world-class wildlife reservation parks, restaurants, mountains to hike, and absolutely beautiful beaches. It is easy to secure a job in Kenya, with so many opportunities to work in finance, journalism, information technology, and tourism abound with top companies in Kenya. The cultural atmosphere in Kenya is very diverse. Kenya is culturally rich with over 68 ethnicities. However, the official language is English, while the native dialect spoken by the majority of the population is Swahili. The cost of living in Kenya is quite affordable too. A single person's estimated monthly cost is $490 without rent. A family of 4 estimated monthly costs is $1,700 without rent. The cost of living in Kenya is, on average, 49.5% lower than in the United States. Rent in Kenya ranges from $300 to $400 on average for a 1-bedroom apartment. 3-bedroom apartments range from $900 to $1,300. Nigeria. Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa, has always been a popular destination on the continent for the migration of people, as well as popular brands and companies, and it's easy to see why. Nigeria has a lot of beautiful landscapes, natural landmarks, fun destinations, and unexplored cultural history. The climate and culture are very similar to that of Ghana. The country also has a link to the African diaspora. Many of the slaves were taken into captivity from ethnic groups that are in present-day Nigeria. So, for some Americans, visiting Nigeria is a way to reconnect with their ancestors. While insecurity and terrorism have plagued Nigeria in recent years, it is concentrated in just a few towns in northern Nigeria. Places in the south like Akwa Ibom, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ilorin, Abuja, Ibadan have remained free of such dangers. If you are looking to start a new life with your own business, Nigeria is open to you. The cost of living in Nigeria is very hard to determine. It can be incredibly cheap, and it can also be unbearably high, depending on the season, status of the unstable economy, and location. The cost of living in Lagos can be higher than in London for you as an expat or a new immigrant. South Africa. South Africa is a country that hardly needs any selling. This vastly developed African country speaks for itself. South Africa is well established in the sports industry, film industry, fashion, education, and so much more. Well, known personalities like Elon Musk and Charlize Theron grew up in South Africa. With the most developed infrastructures, best education, and healthcare systems on the continent, there is every reason to want to move to South Africa. The fact that Johannesburg is not a capital city tells you how developed South Africa is. Cape Town is one of the most advanced cities on the entire continent and is perfect for anyone seeking work in media, advertising, and technology. Other popular locations for foreign workers are Johannesburg and Durban. Workers in South Africa are highly paid and are able to afford the luxuries in the country. A single person may spend around $1,100 monthly, and a family of 4 may spend close to $3,000 monthly. Botswana. Botswana is a small country in the southern part of Africa that goes under many people's radar. However, its 2 million people live a comfortable life in this politically stable country. Thanks to the wealth of diamonds found in this country, they have sustained one of the highest economic growth rates in the world since 1966. The first 10 years of education are free in this country, so it presents the right conditions for young families to migrate. English is the official language of Botswana, but their most widely spoken native language is Tswana or Setswana. Botswana is one of the safest countries in Africa with a low crime rate. 70% of Botswana's landmass is desert, and it is one of the best wildlife destinations in the world. People enjoy the safari lifestyle in Botswana. It is home to the famous Kalahari Desert and the Chobe National Park, which encompasses several exotic animals. The cost of living in Botswana is also affordable. $450 to $500 monthly for a single person and $1,700 for a family of 4. Rwanda. Rwanda's fast-growing economy, hospitable people, and developed infrastructures have attracted and continue to attract immigrants from the continent and across the globe. It has been described as the Singapore of Africa by some because of its good roads and technological innovations. It continues to magnetically attract investors in the engineering and business sectors. Rwanda has a population of 12 million people, led by a proactive president, Paul Kagame. The country, having attracted numerous investors and companies, has a number of jobs available for immigrants. It is advisable to secure a job first, before migrating to Rwanda due to the huge competition for jobs in the country. Pollution is hardly a problem in this extremely clean country. They pride themselves on cleanliness, and the rest of the continent knows it. A single person will be looking to spend $450 monthly without rent. A family of 4 is estimated to spend $1,600 per month without rent. Rent prices range from $100 to $300 for a 1-bedroom apartment, depending on your budget and location. For a 3-bedroom apartment, prices range from $400 to $600, also depending on the location. Morocco. The Kingdom of Morocco is the westernmost northern African country. Morocco means the Western Kingdom. It has been ranked by the United Nations as one of the best African countries to live in. Almost 37 million people live in this beautiful country, and there is so much to see and love about this country. Historical monuments, beaches, deserts, and amazing climatic conditions. Its close proximity to the European continent has inspired the country in building a stable economy, fantastic healthcare services, and beautiful infrastructures that have qualified as some of the very best in Africa. Workers in Morocco are also some of the highest paid in Africa, ensuring job security. Moroccans have a strong love for culture and 2 official languages, Arabic and Amharic. Other languages spoken in Morocco include English, French, and the most common native dialect, Darija. Apartments are well furnished, and access to modern amenities like water, Wi-Fi are not a problem. The cost of living for a beautiful life in Morocco is quite affordable and 49% lower than the cost of living in the United States. A single person may be looking to spend around $450 to $500 per month depending on location, while a family of 4 may be looking to spend $1,900 monthly. Morocco has a beautiful environment to offer you. Don't forget to visit the dreamy markets in Marrakech. There you have it. What are you still waiting for? Is it time for you to move? If you loved watching this video, please do hit the like button, and don't forget to share it with friends. See you in our next video.